Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland, and today we're talking NFL as we get down to the last 2 weeks of the season, and today we're going to focus on the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems that we've been talking about Chicago a lot on this show, but this is a very, very meaningful game for both squads. Both are 8-6, both are looking to try to win the division, and one needs less help than the other. Philadelphia Eagles, they just have to take care of business. Win the football game. They win here. A Dallas loss in Washington. And they're the NFC East champs. On the other hand, the Chicago Bears, they have to continue winning. They absolutely have to win here. And then I believe they played the Packers in the last part of the season. And of course, if the Packers win, then they have to beat them in order to be able to get this top spot and win this division. Now, when you look at this matchup, we know last week Philadelphia played probably the worst game they've played all season long. Came at a pretty odd time. Nick Foles didn't look very well. The defense didn't look very well. And kind of out of character when you look at the last few games that the Eagles have played. I mean, they really didn't look like themselves. When you look at Chicago, they've been on a roll. Most people would have thought they would have or should have kept McCown. Well, they decided to go back to Jay Cutler. Trestman kept his word. Cutler comes in and does what Cutler does. He has some moments, but overall, he made big plays and made plays when they had to get the win last week. Now, together as a collective whole, if that defense of the Eagles is what they're going to do from last week is going to come out this week, Cutler's going to have a big day. As we know, Alshon Jeffries, along with Brandon Marshall, have put up some really good numbers and really given both quarterbacks some targets to throw to consistently. You look at Martellus Bennett, he's been able to get in there and also help out his quarterback, getting touchdowns and making big plays for this offense. The biggest problem for the Bears is the defense. You're going to have to stop somebody. We know what Chip Kelly likes to do, that fast-paced offense. Shady McCoy out of the backfield, whether it's running, whether it's pass catching out of the backfield. They've done a lot of good stuff. Even with Raleigh Cooper on the outside, people who I know I wouldn't have expected Raleigh Cooper to do what he's been doing, but they've been throwing those wide receiver screens, getting their guys and their playmakers in open space to get big yards after the catch. You know, that yak is very important. Now, when we look at this game, I think I'm going to have to go with the Philadelphia Eagles here. A lot at stake. They know what they have to do. I think they'll take advantage of some of the weaknesses that the Bears have shown all season long. It'll be a close one, but I'm taking Philly in this one. Now, let's take a look at some other matchups going on around the league. First, we're going to take a look at the Denver Broncos, 11-3, taking on the Texans, 2-12. I know the Texans have been a disaster, but you cannot overlook a team, and neither are the Broncos. I expect the Broncos to come in and play better defense. Broncos win this game, continue that pace to the first round bye. Next, we'll look at the Cardinals, Seahawks. Cardinals 9-5, Seahawks 12-2. It's in Seattle. I'm taking the Seahawks. Sorry. I know that the Cardinals have been playing well, but Seattle's a tough place to play. Next, we're going to look at the 5-9 Giants, 7-7 Lions. Lions have been disappointing us this last half of the season, but they're playing an Eli Manning that's just throwing the ball up for grabs, trying to do everything on his own because no one else is making a play, so I'm taking the Lions here. Next, we'll take a look at the Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders 4-10, Chargers 7-7. We know who's the better team here. I hate to say it, but Oakland's just basically another bye week. Taking the Chargers in this one. Last but not least, our Monday Night Football matchup. The 4-10 Falcons, who barely won against the Washington Redskins, against the 49ers, 10-4. Niners know what they have at stake, and The Falcons defense can't stop anybody. I'm taking the 49ers in this game, and that is our look around the league. Now we're going to take a look at another set of games, and this segment is going to be a little bit different. We got 4 teams here. We're going to look at the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers and the Packers. These games are very important for 2 teams, really for 3 teams in this 4-game matchup here. Now you look at the Patriots and the Ravens. Ravens have to take care of business, win out, and give themselves another shot to win a division title. Now, it looked like early in the season they were in a Super Bowl hangover, and all of a sudden they've woken up and won 6 straight games. I mean, they've done it in every way, shape, or form. Gut-wrenching performances, last-second field goals, you name it, they've done it, but they found a way to win. Now, the New England Patriots, they have the Miami Dolphins on their heels. Now, they have to get this win to solidify the opportunity for them to win their division. Because if they lose here, it gives the Miami Dolphins an opportunity, if they continue to win, to have a shot of beating them out for that division title. Why? Because they beat them last week by 1 point. Pretty interesting. Now, we look at the Packers. They have to win because they have to keep pace with the Bears. If they win out, they control their own destiny in being able to win the division. Crazy stuff, huh? Well, now let's go back. Take a look at the Patriots-Ravens. When you look at this team, the New England Patriots, they lost Gronk. We know they like to rely on Edelman and Amendola. Especially without having Gronk in the lineup, Tom Brady's going to rely on them heavily. Now, it's up to the Ravens defense to make sure that these guys are going to be slowed down. Looks like they could have a problem out there on the tackle position. They have, I think his name is Solder, has a concussion. Not sure if he's going to be able to be ready for the game. If that's the case, they're going to end up sliding a guard to tackle. And we know how that works. It's not always a cohesive situation. So who's going to win this matchup? I'm going to have to go with the hot hand. Even though the Ravens are facing a very angry Tom Brady, I think with the football that they're playing, and they know what's at stake with the changes on the offense for the Patriots, Ravens have the edge, and I'm going to take the Ravens here to beat the Patriots. And it's going to be another close game, but Flacco is going to do his job and continue this winning streak for the Ravens. Now, let's go over to the Green Bay Packers. And yes, that team that they need to beat there, I don't know. Green Bay, Matt Flynn hasn't been the best at what he's trying to do. We know that the Steelers and that offense and has done a pretty good job with Ben Roethlisberger trying to move the ball down the field and scoring points when they need to. A defense has made plays, even though they've been old and lethargic in some of the early parts of the game. They make plays when they need to. But can you say Flynn is going to come out and win this football game? Because you know they're going to stack the run, and they're going to force Flynn to beat him with the arm. I don't know about you. I don't believe in Matt Flynn. And with that being said, I'm going to have to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. Sorry. I just don't believe in Matt Flynn. So Steelers, it is. Well, that's all for our show. Again, if you have any comments, please leave them at the bottom of our show. We'll keep that dialogue going with you. If you have anything you want to discuss, if you just want to chat about something, we have 2 venues for you. If you have something that you want us to discuss, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And of course, check out our Facebook page /straightshootingst. If you have anything you want to talk about there, we'll be more than glad to chat it up with you. Well, we thank you for watching the show again. This has been another episode of Straight Shooting Sports Talk.